You're watching SGT Times with me, Arsh Noor Kaur. Let's have a look at the top stories. SGT University celebrates International Childhood Cancer Day. The Faculty of Allied Health Sciences organizes a 5-day faculty development program. Third and the last day of the 49th National Annual Conference of Indian Association of Clinical Psychologists 2023. The state government decides to place electronic enforcement devices in Faridabad. Now the news in detail. The Association of Pediatrics and Department of Pediatrics, SGT University celebrated International Childhood Cancer Day, ICCD, on thalassemia. Let's have a look. ICCD is celebrated worldwide on this day every year. It's an awareness drive about childhood cancer. The message conveyed was that the childhood cancer is curable. Early diagnosis and early treatment at the right place by the right doctor are the way to success. The target audience is the medical and paramedical staff and the general public visiting the hospital. Cancer patients on follow-up and those admitted to the hospital participated. International Childhood Cancer Day was first observed in 2002. It was introduced by Childhood Cancer International, involving more than 195 organizations. The theme for the year 2023 is Better Survival is achievable through their hands. The theme is particularly focused on the efforts made by the medical and paramedical teams serving the lives of these children. From giving drugs to maintaining a clean and hygienic environment and further giving love and affection to these children is all under the hands of serving the team. ICCD celebration is aimed to raise awareness about cancer and encourage its prevention, detection and treatment. The survival of these children depends not only on timely treatment but also on psychosocial and emotional support. Keeping them cheerful and pain-free helps to decrease morbidity and increase the morale of the patients. The affectionate care we provide encourages them to go through these difficult times. Proper physical care, maintaining the cannula site, adequate feeding and wound care are all core ideas to improve survival. The day is marked to bring awareness about ailments noted by those suffering or the survivors of cancer. The day is also marked to show our support and solidarity towards these patients and their families. The target goal of WHO is to eliminate all pain and suffering of children fighting cancer and achieve at least 60% survival for all children diagnosed with cancer around the world by 2030. At the 28th year of celebrating this day, our continuous efforts both in terms of specific and supportive care in a safe, healthy and clean environment can help us reach our target goal. Bureau Report, SGT Times. The Faculty of Allied Health Sciences, SGT University, organized a 5-day faculty development program on the theme Innovation in Health Sciences, Challenges and Future Trends from 13th to 17th February 2023. Let's have a look. The theme of the second day, 14th Feb 2023, of the FDP was Molecular Basis of Life and Diseases. Biomolecules are essential in all the life processes. They perform important functions in the molecular machinery of the cell and biosystem. Any perturbation in this molecular machinery leads to various disease forms. What recent advances have taken place in the field of the molecular biology of disease and its cure was the theme of the second day. 4 talks were organized on the second day of the FDP. Professor Amitav Bhatnagar Awardee, scientist ACTREC, Tata Memorial Center, Mumbai, started the day by giving insights into how high-throughput data sets obtained from cancer genomics can be translated into medicine. He spoke extensively about oral cancer, specifically tongue cancer, and the discovery of genomics behind it. The second talk was by Dr. Imtiaz Hassan, Associate Professor at the Center for Interdisciplinary Research in Basic Sciences, JMI. Dr. Hassan's talk focused on how protein-ligand interaction and drug design can be studied using computational approaches. It was very interesting to learn about how computational biology can be used to assess drug interaction, therapy, helping to improve the diagnosis and treatment of disease. The third talk of the day was by Dr. Mansaf Alam, Associate Professor, Department of Computer Science, JMI. He enthralled the listeners with his talk on artificial intelligence. He spoke on how AI is not being the only used to present to benefit the biomedical sciences, but also how AI might rule the future. The last talk of the day was by Professor Subhadeep Chatterjee, Bhatnagar Awardee, scientist CDFG, Hyderabad, who spoke on the molecules used by bacteria to communicate. Using these molecules, the prokaryotes or the bacteria not only talk to each other within their species but also to their surrounding cells and bacteria of other species. Bureau Report, SGT Times. Let's take a short break. We'll be back soon.
SGT lets me question anything, even the university. I have visited other campuses too, but SGT has better infrastructure. Plus, it's hope. Here, we are not just students, we are emerging journalists. Here, we got an opportunity to interact with renowned media experts.
Asia's biggest shooting floor, latest equipment,
practical learning,
Faculties from the industry, freedom of expression. Come, be a part of this revolution.
SGT University, nurturing future leader.
Welcome back after the break. The 49th National Annual Conference of the Indian Association of Clinical Psychologists 2023 witnessed a massive turnout of the audience as the enthusiasm of the delegates surpassed the occasion of the weekend. The conference started with the scientific session themed Neuroanatomical Basis of Behavioral Psychotherapies in Substance Use Disorders. Let's have a look. The session was chaired by Dr. M. Thomas Kishore and co-chaired by Dr. Janvi Devdatta. The invited speaker was Professor V.P. Mahala, HOD, Department of Psychiatry. The session was replete with insightful takeaways for the audience as Dr. Mahala elaborated upon the genesis, duration, outcome, and possible measures to reduce the impact of substance use disorder. The session delved deeper into the interplay between the biological and behavioral aspects of using the substances. The scientific session was preceded by various symposiums that witnessed ample participation of faculty members from the Department of Behavioral Science. The first symposium was organized under the theme Problematic Internet Use, Risk Factors, Management and Challenges. The symposium was chaired by Dr. Venugopal, Clinical Psychologist, Jebma, Pondicherry, and co-chaired by Dr. K. Vijayan, a clinical psychologist who hails from the eminent CSI Medical College, Karakonam, Trivandrum. The speakers panel include Dr. Anita Mangalani, Ms. Megha Sharma, Dr. Navkiran Khalsi, Assistant Professor Clinical Psychology at SGT University, and Ms. Lini Philip, a clinical psychologist at the All India Institute of Medical Science. The symposium threw light upon the definition of the intensity of the problems associated with excessive surfing of the rabbit hole of the World Wide Web. References were made to the internet as the electronic opium to indicate how the Asian culture has internet social culture painted gold and made money out of it. Multiple reports were cited to make direct references to the internet usage behavior shown by people across demographics. The doubt session had to be cut short due to the crunch of time, yet the intellectual cravings of the audience were satisfied to a large extent. The next symposium was conducted under the theme Supervision in Psychotherapy in General and Online, or the Telepsychotherapy in specific. The speakers for the session were Dr. Priyanka Lenka, Assistant Professor, Department of Clinical Psychology, CIP, and Dr. Ankita Raipure, MPhil trainee, CIP. The session was chaired by Dr. Manoj Kumar Bajaj and co-chaired by Dr. Lalit Kumar. The symposium drew the attention of the audience to an essential element of psychotherapy, which is a professional supervision. It was recognized that various factors make professional supervision difficult in general and in online or the telepsychotherapy, and these factors were addressed at great length, leading to insightful discussions and creating a roadmap for the future. The next symposium was organized under the theme Life Skill Training for Geriatric Mental Health and Orientation. The symposium was chaired by Professor Dweep Chand Singh and co-chaired by Dr. Mustafa Radim Kirmani. The speakers of the symposium were Dr. Rakesh Kumar Tripathi, Professor Junior Grade, Department of Geriatric Mental Health, King George Medical University, and Nyasha Mani Pandey, Department of Geriatric Mental Health, King George Medical University. The session emphasized the importance of learning life skills and adapting to healthy lifestyle activities to deal with enormous situations in life. The sessions drew the audience's attention towards the various mental health problems the growing population may be suffering from and asserted how life training can be effective. Bureau Report, SGT Times. Haryana Chief Secretary Sanjeev Kaushal said that the government has decided to place electronic enforcement devices at high risk and high density corridors on national and state highways and critical junctions in the Faridabad district. Let's have a look. While presiding over a meeting regarding setting up modalities to implement the provision of Section 136A of the Motor Vehicle Act, as per the orders of the Supreme Court here today, the Chief Secretary directed the officers to hire experts to assess the requirement of electronic devices such as the speed camera, closed-circuit television camera, speed gun, body wearable camera, dashboard camera, automatic number plate recognition and weighted machine to monitor and check the road accidents on the national and state highways. The experts will assist the stakeholder departments to identify the junctions where there are chances of overspeeding of vehicles and accident-prone areas. The Chief Secretary directed all stakeholders departments to complete the procedure and submit the program's report to the Transport Commissioner by March 7, 2023. In a time-bound manner, and further directed the officers to submit the final report by March 14, 2023. The electronic enforcement device should be placed in such a manner so as not to cause any obstruction, line-of-sight issues, or interruption in the traffic flow. Shri Sanjeev Kaushal was apprised in the meeting that all challans should be issued under the Rule 167 in electronic form using auto-generation of challans through electronic monitoring. Besides this, fixed and dynamic speed limit signs will also be used to notify the speed limits on the road sections during adverse weather conditions such as rain, hail, and foggy weather, as well as for indicating any obstruction ahead in the route. Bureau Report, SGT Times. That's all for today in SGT Times. Thanks for watching.